Good Monday morning. I'm Otis Corbett, and I'm coming to you on Facebook this morning so that we can all start off this week the right way with Scripture and prayer. Our Scripture today come from Matthew chapter 6, verses 9 through 13. This passage reads, "In this manner therefore pray, Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen." You know, it's always hard for people to keep their lives in balance. When we get out of balance, some disastrous things can happen. So let me illustrate that with an example of something that I see almost every working day of my life. The offices of our Baptist Association where I work are located across the road and almost even with the end of the runway of our local airport. Airplanes and helicopters fly in and out every day that the weather allows, and sometimes it gets pretty loud. I've gotten so accustomed to the sound that I really don't hear it anymore, although sometimes the sounds of a low-flying airplane will come through on these recordings from time to time. Airplanes of all shapes and sizes land at our airport, but there is one thing that they all have in common. They all have two wings. You see, balance is a vital factor for aviators because an airplane that is not in balance from side to side or from front to back will crash. The same is true for our spiritual lives and our ministries as well. We must find the right balance. For example, we're often reminded that we must balance outreach and evangelism with discipleship and sanctification. Now, this is true even if it's hard to do from time to time. In the past, I believe we've overemphasized getting people baptized, while at the present time, I fear we're overemphasizing going deep into our spiritual lives. We humans are frail and limited, and like Goldilocks, we find it hard to get it just right. Now, I'm a Baptist, and one of our major doctrines is the autonomy of the local church. Each Baptist church is self-governing under the lordship of Christ and the leadership of the Holy Spirit. I agree with this position totally, but I also know that sometimes we Baptists turn inward. We become insular and isolationist, and we often forget our broader responsibilities to the world. I often see Baptists who seem to think as long as everything's going well in my church and everything's all right with the world. Truth be told, we can substitute many different items for church in that statement above, including life, family, school, job, community, or even hobby. If we think we're okay, then all is right with the world. Our God, however, has a much broader perspective than our own. He is sovereign over everything, and He has a fatherly concern for all creation and for all peoples. Now, while we often have blinders on, God sees everything, and He cares about everything and everyone. Because Jesus is our Lord, good stewardship of our lives and our testimony for Him dictate that if God cares about something or someone, we also need to care about them as well. When we consider the Lord's Prayer, we should be reminded that the kingdom belongs to Jesus and that we belong to Jesus. As Paul taught, we have been bought with a price, and it was a high price at that. Therefore, we are servants of the sovereign King. And if He is concerned about a crisis in a nation like Ukraine, then we need to be concerned about Ukraine. If God is concerned about justice and mercy, then we need to be concerned about justice and mercy. If God is concerned about righteousness and holiness, then we need to be concerned about righteousness and holiness. If God is concerned about a different church than ours, then we also need to be concerned about that church as well. To be balanced in this commentary, I know that even when we are concerned about the issues and people God is concerned about, we may not have an opportunity to act. To that point, I assert that when we do have the opportunity to act, to take action, we should. When we don't have the opportunity to act or take action, we can always pray. And in fact, we should pray before, during, and after taking action in any case. God did not intend for us to belong to hermit churches or hermit families or hermit schools or hermit jobs. The way I see it, the doctrine of the kingdom of God is a great balance to the doctrine of the autonomy of the local church. We need to be kingdom-minded people, churches, and pastors. If our sovereign cares about it, so should we. Now, let's turn to the matter of prayer. And each week we want to pray for a different church. Again, we want to be kingdom focused. We want to have concern about all churches. And particularly this week, we want to pray for New Hope Baptist Church and Pastor Scotty Prescott. And again, please pray for all of our pastors and all of our churches without pastors. And we particularly continue to pray for bivocational churches. Very hard time these days for bivocational churches to call a pastor. So pray for them and pray for our churches. Continue to pray for the believers in Ukraine and in all of Central and Eastern Europe and in Russia. Pray for peace and pray for the opportunity to share the gospel. Pray that righteousness and peace would break out in Russia and in all the countries in Eastern and Central Europe. Pray for our churches as they begin to plan their vacation Bible school this summer. Pray that we have many, many churches that didn't have Bible schools last year because of COVID-19 will have it this year. And pray for the children who will be won to the Lord as they attend, and pray for their parents. Consider Vacation Bible School as an opportunity to reach out to your community. Pray also for a revival in our missions ministries. We want to be kingdom-minded. And so pray that as the COVID-19 situation gets better, our people will not only begin to take vacations again and spring break, but also begin to take on volunteer mission trips as well. Pray for the recent partnership between the Alabama Baptist Convention and the Alaska Baptist Convention, and ask God if you should consider going on a volunteer trip to Alaska. Also, pray for Tyler Gibson and his family as they move from Alabama to Montana soon to plant a church there. They want to host volunteer teams in the coming months, and they'll be glad to host a team from your church in due time. Pray about going and seeing them and working with them in Montana. And finally, pray that we would be kingdom-minded. Pray that we would care about the things that God cares about, and that we would act when we can, but always pray and be concerned about the things that our Lord is also concerned about. May God give you a good week, and may you feel His blessings every day. And so let me pray for us. May the Lord bless us and keep us. May the Lord make His face to shine upon us and be gracious unto us. May the Lord lift up His countenance upon us and give us peace. Amen. I hope you have a great Monday morning and a good week to come. See you again here next week.